hospital, I see all different sorts of things on a daily basis. Inside this hospital, there are doctors that diagnose individuals with the topic of today, blood clotting. Some of these diagnoses to be DVT, which is deep vein thrombosis, stroke, and factor V Lenin, which is an auditory disease. So let's dive into a little bit more about blood clotting.
So blood clotting starts with this guy right here, which is a platelet. It is a dish shape with no nucleus, and it helps with the platelet plug and has granules inside that produce chemicals that also help with blood clotting. The first step of the platelet plug formation is platelet adhesion. Here, platelets adhere to the subendothelial collagen on the endothelial wall. The second step of the platelet plug formation is platelet release reaction, or also known as platelet activation. Here, the platelets release a number of important cytokines and chemical mediators, and these can include ADP, serotonin, and thromboxide A2. This is an important stage because here the platelets are activated to adhere to the endothelium wall. The third and final stage of the platelet plug formation is aggregation. Here the platelets form into a barrier-like plug, and this plug will cover the damaged components of the endothelium and will stop the blood from flowing out of it. The first picture above, right here, is a picture of a damaged blood vessel, and down below is a picture of a blood vessel after the platelet plug formation. Blood clotting, or also known as coagulation, is formed by platelets. These platelets form fibrin threads in the early stage. In the intermediate stage, the fibrin threads become larger and start to begin to trap the red blood cells. In the late stage, the red blood cells are completely trapped in the fibrin threads and the blood clot forms. In the picture above, you see a blood clot that formed in a blood vessel due to coagulation. The last thing we'll be discussing is the blood clotting cascade. There are two pathways that this could take. On the left shows the extrinsic pathway, and on the right is the intrinsic pathway. The extrinsic pathway deals with tissue trauma, and the intrinsic pathway deals with blood trauma. In both pathways, calcium must be activated in order to form prothrombinase. Prothrombinase converts prothrombin into thrombin in the second stage. In the final stage, thrombin converts fibrogen into fibrin threads, forming the threads of the clot.
Now that you know a little bit more about blood clotting, the topic of today, hopefully I won't see you in a hospital like this one behind me with any of these disorders.